Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, I'm going to be taking a look at this brand new PC company called REDUX. So if you guys haven't seen them yet, they're very new. And that's probably why you haven't seen them yet. But I just found them. And although there's probably 20,000 other PC companies out there, this one seems to be really catching my eye more than the others, and you'll see why. So to state, it's not like NZXT or Digital Storm where they have 20,000 different options and they're between affordable and outrageously expensive and stupidly overbuilt for most of our purposes. Artisan builds, if you've seen that too, obviously they're just totally out of, like, they're basically like Louis Vuitton of the PC world. So if you can't already tell, I'm gonna be going over Redux's website. So basically what they have is good, better, and best. And essentially, they also have this option of build your own PC. So if you guys want to see me build my own PC to the specs that I would absolutely desire for a reasonable budget, leave a like on this video, subscribe, and I'll make sure to make that video. Alrighty, ladies and gents, so we're on the buildredux.com. So as you guys can see, they have good, better, and then best. So what I would say, first off, just from looking at the prices here, you see it's basically $1,400, you have $1,800, and then you have $3,000. And those are the three options. So it's not like you get 20,000 different options. However, as you guys can see also here, build your own PC. I'll make another video on that because I feel like that one's kind of like PCbuilder.com where you can actually construct your own PC and just get the parts individually. So to start off, good. This one says, it's great for starting point for those getting into a gaming PC. This well-balanced PC is designed to provide excellent performance to explore all the perks of PC gaming without a large budget. And it gives a rating here. In my opinion, I would never follow the ratings that they have on here because they're kind of a lie. I don't really personally believe. Like, you could technically have the graphics be fully all the way up if you really desire, and then maybe if you really think that it's bad. So it's just a marketing standpoint. Okay, so then better, for gamers who demand higher frame rates to gain a competitive edge over their opponents. This is the perfect gaming computer for enhanced game visuals, higher resolutions, and streaming. Okay, fair. So for 1,700, 1,800, okay, not bad. So best, for those who buried the accelerator and never let off, this is a no-compromise gaming PC equipped with only the best for top-tier performance. Experience ultra detail at high frame rates. Okay, for almost $3,000. I'm gonna be real with you, for $3,000, I don't really believe that, because even with the new 30 series, which is most likely we're gonna get no matter what company you buy a pre-build from, it's just going to end up, like, overclocking, long story short, is a bad idea. Whether it be a monitor, whether it be a PC, anything that's technological is bad with overclocking. It's running it to a high point that it's just gonna ruin it over time a lot faster than if you were to just keep it at a normal pace. So let's take a look at this first pre-build. It's the good one. So view build. Okay. So again, you can customize it. Let's just like NZXT and Digital Storm. This is a 3D view. The case is pretty cool. I mean, I'm not really big on cases, but yeah, I'm just really not. So it has an Intel Core i5-10400F 6-core. How much was this? Component cost $1,300. Okay, I'm not liking the CPU so far. That's a pretty bad CPU, especially for like starting on gaming. In my opinion, you should really go and start with like an i7, no lower than an i7, because most of the games nowadays are going to take a high percentage of CPU usage as well as GPU usage. So an i5 is not going to do much at all. I think the i5-10400F is just going to be like the lowest end of an i7, and especially since it's 6-core, it's going to basically run nothing. The more cores you have in a CPU, the better it's going to process different threads at a certain amount of time. So for instance, mine is a i7-9700K and it's an 8-core. So it's going to run pretty well with any game. We have a 16GB DDR4. Okay, that's normal. Cooler Master Hyper. So this doesn't even have a liquid cooler. It's just a fan. So you basically put a big chunk of metal on top of your CPU. You know, for 35 bucks, I guess it's fine. So you got your case. It's RGB. I mean, it's a cooler case, I guess. I mean, case is a case. It's got a B460 chipset by Intel. I'm not very confident with the knowledge that I have on motherboards, but I would say it's decent. I mean, Windows 11 home, yeah, good, cool. GeForce 2060 6GB, that's the best thing I'm seeing so far. 500GB of SSD. Okay, that's basically like any new gaming PC is the 500GB. Free, oh, free 4x centimeter master fans RGB, so that's just like for cooling and whatnot of like directing airflow from the PC case out to the back of whatever. 600 watt, okay, it's Gold Series, nice. I would say it's pretty good power supply. Wireless, oh, so it can be wireless. I don't really like wireless PCs. If you're gonna go with a PC and spend that amount of money on a gadget, like, you're better off just making it hardwired. Like, basically, like, what I mean is screw wireless, go hardwired, use Ethernet cable, and bam, you're gonna be 10 times better. Build, setup, testing, and warranty, 75. You're gonna tell me that they have to do a fee just to test what they're building for you. Okay, so overall, the first one, not too impressed. Actually, I think it's kind of, for 1300, I know for a fact you can definitely build something that's way better. I don't like anything that's not liquid cooled for a CPU, because your CPU gets really hot. So now it's time to view the better version, which is this 1700, 1800, whatever you want to say. So let's view the build. Okay, so we have another i5. This is for $1,700, so this is almost to where I would. So my PC, yeah, so my PC was $2,000. So Intel Core i5 12600K 10 core. I don't know what that's really comparing it to. I think that maybe like a mid-tier i7, I think. Actually, to be completely honest with you, I kind of want to check this out because I don't know what it would be even remotely compared to. Alright, so I'm gonna be real honest with you guys here. I'm not seeing anything that's regarding like a comparison for an i5 12 series versus something else. So it seems to me that it is better than a Ryzen 5000 series, but so we're just gonna say that the i5 12600K is as good as probably an i7, let's go with the 75, if that's even a thing. It's an alright CPU. So we got the CPU, that one's, it's alright. Again, 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, good. I don't like the cooler again. I don't know why they have it for almost $1,700. You gotta be kidding me, really? You can't just bump it up another 100 something just to get a liquid CPU cooler. Tower case, cool. Z690 chipset, that is a good motherboard. That is a really good motherboard. Windows 11, cool. Okay, now we're getting into 30 series. So this is a NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 Ti 8GB. That's a really good GPU. It's a titanium core, which means that it's a stronger core than the regular 3060. I mean, that you won't really see a difference, but it's good. 500 gigabytes of SSD. Okay, fine. Free. I don't get why they're doing that. That's just dumb. 600 watt. Okay, yeah, cool. Wireless, I don't get that one. Just go Ethernet, like hardwired. Seriously, if you're gonna spend the money on a PC, just do that. And then the feet. Okay, not too impressed with that. So that's the better. And see, this is what I mean by like these different things. The graphics in terms of what they're showing you, its capabilities. It's just, I don't believe it's true. I think that this one, the better, should have been the good, and the good should have just been a lot cheaper, like maybe $1,100. I don't think it should have been what it is. I'm not impressed with the CPU coolers, and I'm not impressed with the processors right now. For $1,700, you should be getting an i7 or higher. So now this is the best one, and this is almost $3,000, so I'm hoping this one's good. So view build on this. Come on. Nice. Okay, an i7. Okay, so an i7, 2700K. So this is a 12 core. That's a really nice CPU. It's actually better than mine, as mine's, again, an i7 9700K. It's an 8 core, but for $3,000, you're better off getting something even better than that. Like, I would say no less than an i9 for $3,000. Yeah, 16 gigabytes of RAM. It's the same old. I have 32, but I added mine. I think 16 gigabytes is normally the one that, for a pre-build, that's what you just get. So you get mid towers, cool. Z690 again, so a nice motherboard. Windows 11, cool. So this is the best thing that I'm seeing so far, except for the CPU as well. But NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080 Ti 12 gigabyte. Okay, so that's literally one of the nicest GPUs on the market. It's a Ti, so it's a titanium core. 1,500 bucks. What the f? Are you serious? Maybe that's why everything else is so cheap, because this is the... What the hell? Oh, I didn't even see this. We got, finally, liquid cooling. Master liquid. Okay, cool. So, that's good. 1 terabyte of SSD. I don't get this one anymore. 850 watt. Bit overkill, but 750 is like the one that you want to get in the range of. Wireless, again, just don't do that. Just go hardwired. And it's almost 3 grand. Okay, so let me point out a couple things here. I know the market's really bad for anything in this world, but from what I'm seeing right now, you don't get a whole lot of great stuff from this. Basically, if my PC was put into REDUX, like the company REDUX, it would be almost a 3 grand PC. Actually, probably be more, considering I'm looking at all the components that are here versus all the components that I have. I don't think this is still worth it though. I think this should be probably no more than 2,500. I'm gonna be real honest with you guys. I'm quite disappointed in this. I looked them up beforehand, but I never thought of even checking the different things. I was looking like, obviously, yeah, when you're looking for a PC, like especially a gaming PC, not even a workstation, you're gonna be spending a couple thousand, but like, this is really sad. You should be able to get more for your money. And I mean, obviously the market's bad still, and it probably always will be for the next few years, but like, this is almost like robbing you. You're gonna pay 3 grand for something that's just a tiny bit better than my $2,000 PC? How does that make any sense? So guys, again, like this video, subscribe, and I will build a PC that is within a budget of like between, I would say, 1,500 and 2,500, and I'll show you guys that you can get a really nice PC when you build your own. However, it's the challenge of actually putting it together, but I'll build it from this site and see what they have to offer. But that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, again, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you on my next one. Peace.